Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to IndyILR Racing for the last time this year, for a competitive race anyway. Welcome to the German Grand Prix here in ILR2. I'm commentator Owen White, and with me I've got Soup.
Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Hockenheim. It's been a while since ILR has been here, a long time. It must have been back on F1 2016 that we were here. So welcoming back to this one. It's a great circuit for F1. And we have 17 drivers with us today. Championship stands at Weislich, still leading the championship, but now by a margin of 2 points over Abbey. And Weislich is missing the race today because Banana Times is filling in for him in that Toro Rosso. As you can see, reserve driver with the, I think it's Mexican driver, filling in there. So 17 drivers, and an interesting tyre selection we've got today. We've ultra soft, soft, and medium. So that should play into some interesting strategies potentially later on. But will Jake bottle his quality laps once again?
Of course he will.
Because we've looked, every time he's done a quality lap, we've looked at the group chat and he said, "Oh, I was like half a tenth up, or I was half a second up in the first sector, and then completely messes up the last sector, and then qualifies like fifth."
Yep. So,
yeah, he needs some luck. Zeta Mercedes, fastest currently. He's after his win last time out in Silverstone, he's actually the only driver to have won 2 races in a row this season, which is quite something. But he's now got, with a perfect score in the last 2 races. He's now within the championship fight. He's jumped up 2 positions in the championship. He's now 30 points off the championship lead.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting. Tao, their second fastest. Scott's gone to the lofty heights of P1, 111.4.
Yeah, only about as quickly as Jake claims he can do, with mistakes on a set of softs. What's that? Come back in his face.
Oh, we got a spinner, Banana Times.
Oh,
that is in the last corner. He must. I think he spun on the way into the pit lane. That's embarrassing.
Well, do you know, I was watching ILR1 earlier, and I saw Josh during qualifying bend it in the pit lane here. Oh, of course it was raining there, but I found that quite funny because he did that this season, did he not, in China before he got moved up?
Yes, he did.
He's very good at crashing into pit walls, it appears.
Yeah.
It's like a special skill.
Now, let's run on board for a lap of Hockenheim. I'm on board with Will, P16 race winner earlier on this season. Now, this little straight right here is a DRS section. And then we come into this right-hander, and then this long straight, which is a DRS section. It's never ending. It's technically a corner, because it's this big, long, sweeping left-hander, but it's pretty much a straight. And then we come into the fantastic overtaking opportunity. We're going to see plenty of it today. Down at the hairpin. Dive bomb central, this hairpin right here. And get it on the brakes, locking up a little bit. Gentle on the power on the way out. Another overtaking opportunity spot right here. Through this right-hander. Set it up through here. And into the left-hander. Which is a little bit difficult actually. It's off camera, wants to drag you out, then flat out right-hander, and into the stadium section, which is also used as the World Rallycross circuit. Is this section? They make a track out of the infield. It's awesome to watch, and they use this corner, this long left-hander here, completely sideways, then dive into the infield on that escape road on the left, in case everyone wants to know. So, and then through the last sector here, double right, a little bit wide there onto the sausage curb. Out of the way out, DRS open, running to the line. Where does Will go? He goes 4th fastest, 112.3 on the mediums. It's extremely close between the medium runners, I can say.
One of the very weird things about this track is that, for once, track limits seem to not work. It seems to be more realistic than any other race. Because Will went off track a good 2 or 3 times there. And he got away with it.
I guess the guys were... I mean, Silverstone is absolutely awful for track limits. So now these guys are now just exploiting everything they can. Tim Veg to the line, goes 8th. Anybody else we can see? Abby's come out in the mediums. He did a banker on the ultra softs.
Onyx is on him.
Yeah. And who else can we have? Well, Scott is currently 8/10 faster than everybody. He's on the ultra softs. Remember, he's the only man to actually set a lap on the ultra softs. It'd be nice to see him on pole for the sake of it, but
yeah,
it's not going to help him in the race if he's on the ultra softs.
It would be nice, but he will be relegated to the back pretty quickly. But then again, this is Scott. I think it might already be too late. So
yeah, of course, Scott's he's travelled back from the US. He's actually the newly crowned ILR IndyCar champion.
Yeah.
So congratulations to him. I was very happy for him. Himself and NK Bourne, I think, were fighting it out for that.
Have to say I was supporting Paul. Have to say I was supporting Paul for that. Very disappointed.
I'm pretty sure Paul ended up in the catch fence, didn't he?
I think it was him or Matter. One of them.
One of them.
Maybe both of them.
Either one of them. Maybe I think they both did actually. I have noticed, however, Will and Jake have set the exact same time. As you can see right there, 112.354 on their screens right there, 4th and 5th, and Alice Killer 300ths quicker, and then a further 600ths between Tao and Alice Killer. And we've actually seen that Alice Killer, he's got some good quali pace, but doesn't seem to be able to kind of convert it in the race.
Well, I think this track is a relatively strong point for a lot of drivers. I guess the quality pace actually here is more representative to the race pace, I find. So maybe, because it's such a short track, you know, the race pace, you'd imagine not going to be doing too much different. And it's mostly just straights. So maybe he has got genuine speed this time out, but you know.
Let's see what Abby can do.
We'll see.
He's coming through the last corner and about to come across the line to set a 112.2, but he's not that much quicker than Tao. He's about 700ths between him.
Well, you got to remember, it's such a short track as well, you know. And once again, reiterating my point, it is mostly straights. So there's only a couple of corners where you can make the time up.
So you really want to be going for a low downforce setup here, but you got to find that balance, because if you've got too much straight line speed, you're going to have zero grip through the corners, and of course if you've too high downforce, you'll be fast through the corners, but you'll be dog slow on the straight. Yeah, you'll pretty much be a McLaren Honda from 2015. Yeah, down the straight. Still waiting for Banana Time to set a lap. He's been going on laps for ages, trying to set one. He's coming through the last corner now. He's filling in for Weislig. He's come to the line. This might be up there. Well, it's slightly 10th fastest, 112.7 on the Ultra Sauce. That's not a great time.
It's embarrassing.
Let's see. Who else? So we're 8 minutes to go.
Not very many people like that. I think it's only sort of Tim Veg and Flying From. I don't know who he is, but
I think he is a new guy.
I think we have a lot of reserves here. It seems like a lot of people aren't racing for some reason. I think Will was
up to the week break.
I think Will was actually trying to get me into here, you know, to race here tonight, but
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Right, we've got a man Flying From in the Haas. He's going for a lap on the softs. So let's see what he can do. DRS down the straight, and we'll keep an eye on his progress through that lap. That first corner is amazing when you get it right. Horrible when you get it wrong.
Horrible when you get it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna turn one is gonna be messy. It always is here. Tim Veg is disconnected, it looks like. We'll keep an eye on the Haas here, number 31, and see how he gets on through his lap. Ollie, he is a reserve driver. He's filling in for Scuba, so that's why he is in that Williams car. And he's on the medium tyres. The medium tyres suit the Williams very well. And through the last corner, where's he going to go? Decent last corner there. He runs the line. It's P7, 112.43. 6 minutes left on the clock, and Will is out on the soft tyres.
Yep. Interestingly, Scott is still on the pits with Ultra Sauce bolted on. I don't know if he's ever going to bother to change that. Knowing him, he won't.
I don't think he will.
Yeah.
He probably won't.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to, if I'm totally honest. I want to see Scott. I want to see Scott up the front. And now there's some decent pace. Flying From 112.288 on the soft tyres, 0.07 of a second slower.
Good stuff from Scott. He actually did come out on them. Oh man.
He's come out on the Ultra. Yeah, he's going for it. Now we had a similar situation. Where was it? There was another track that had a similar situation where there was a skipped compound, and we had a lot of drivers kind of going for alternate
China.
But
China was
it was China. Yeah. So we had guys who would not
much better than Flying From.
Well, there it is. 111.7 on the soft tires. So that kind of shows.
Sort of shows that
the
Scott might be screwed.
Yeah.
No offense to him.
Yeah.
Here's Center Mercedes. Center Mercedes to the line. And actually, no, he's behind. Surprised by that.
Will. Yeah.
Maybe Will's finding his TT merchant pace once again.
Yeah, he is a TT merchant, and he's a one-time race winner. Of course, he won in Paul Ricard in the rain-affected session.
Yeah.
So he's no stranger to the top step, but he's yet to qualify on pole.
He wants to kick me out of the commentary box actually for this, because he thinks that that's why he won.
Ah, yeah. Of course, that's the same situation with Wisely. He doesn't. He doesn't really want you in the comment
I'm
box.
basically I'm the key to everyone here, doing well or badly. Most cases badly.
Yeah, Zedder says third, Abby fourth. 4 minutes left on the clock here. Let's see what Tao can do. German speaker. Well, he's Austrian, of course, but he's in a German-speaking nation, so he'll feel right at home here in Germany.
Will is finished.
Will is sorry, so he's happy with what he's done. Just trying to think, have we got any German drivers in here? I'm not too certain on that. I don't actually think we do.
Don't remember, to be honest.
Closest we have is Austrian.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Abby, of course, he's German. It's his home Grand Prix. I'm fairly certain he's German. We'll check on the qualifying standings at the end.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice for him to get a home win.
We will assume
he's out in soft tires.
You're German.
Yeah. And it would be, of course, very nice for him to take the championship lead at home. But we know what happened to a certain German national in the real life F1 when he was leading by a mile.
I think Scott's already reserved that spot, though. To be honest.
But yes, because he is in a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Gonna take a phone call. 1 second.
Oh, maybe that's where Corey ended up. Obviously, he's down there. Jordan seems to be once again sort of leaving it to the end. Wonder if he'll find his form and get himself up there. Tied out into the last sector, past what I like to call the bell curve, because of obvious reasons and what we were just talking about there. And yeah, just 2 quarters to go. The issue once again is that this is sort of one of them one-shot quality tracks. I think we should have a couple of better qualifying tracks to come, hopefully in the future. As Ty, brilliant lap, and Jake actually showing a little bit of promise there, but you know, 1/10 off his quote-unquote mistakes lap. Disaster. Abby very close as well, and Scott might be starting to swell a little bit. He's seeing all them times, getting within a 10th of him, and he's yeah, he's went back out in them ultras, hoping just to get into the 110s or something. We'll see what he does. Onyx is just
and there are things happening.
Oh, are there things happening? Where?
That is close. That is very close.
Right, yes. I saw the other flags. Oh, you must have found it.
Yeah. 111.46.
Tim Veg came back, by the way. I didn't realise he was still here.
Thought he was there. Yeah.
He's lagging a bit, like, but he's here.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
no! I just realised George isn't here. Our resident lagger. Oh.
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 That's sad.
It's very sad.
We only have one Sauber here today. That's Joseph. Yeah, Scott still provisional pole. 111.40, Abby 111.46, Tao 111.48, and Jake 111.50. So there's there's 200s separating each other. So 600s covering those, which is nice and close. Tao's back in the pit lane, so that's going to be him done. Jake is done. It looks like he's backed out.
Here comes.
So I think we're at the end of qualifying.
Well,
unless Abby's given up. Or
Jordan,
he's going for another one.
You know, Jordan could go for another one here. He's his first one, I mean. Ollie's out there as well, and Scott might fancy extending. LS Killer, did he just finish the lap there to go 5th? I mean, it's not too bad for McLaren, is it? 4th and 5th.
Yeah, Goody comes across the well. Goody's going on to one now, so there's still a bit more to come.
So they are able
coming
to
in.
They are able to do more than one lap on these tyres, then.
Yeah, they can. Abby's into the pit lane, so he's done. Wow, okay. I was expecting a bit more of a fight.
Well, Jordan, like I say, is still out there.
Jordan is on the lap. Aldi comes across the line to go onto a lap, but at times he's done, it looks like. Yeah, Jordan could do something here. He's on the soft tires. Let's see how far he can get up.
Not too committed for there, was it? Maybe not going to get pole, but he has to break into that top 10. Yep.
Yeah.
And we're at the end of the lap now. I guess maybe we can get some spotlight to Scott here, because I'm sure we're about to extend that time.
It's a decent lap from Jordan, actually. Comes across, it's 12 too.
Yeah,
Scott extends it. There it is. 111.20. But there's still more drivers to come.
Very fast, but we'll give him credit.
Well, let's see what Goody can do. Coming through the last corner, Goody, quick driver. Inside the top 10, 3,000 separating him and Flying From. He comes to the line, it's a good lap. It's 8th fastest. 111.9. Flying From, is he on the lap? No.
Jordan's on another one. Jordan's on another one here. He's up.
Yeah, he is. And so, Ollie is on the lap. He's coming to the last sector. Now he's 14th currently.
So both of them are up. None of them near Scott though, by the looks of it, but we'll see.
Comes across the line, Ollie. No, invalidated, it looks like. What about Jordan?
Well, he's our only hope then. He's only 2/10 up.
Yeah, that one wasn't exactly too committed.
He's ILRGT nearly, like. ILRGT almost.
Yeah.
He might just run out on the run to the line. I think we can almost confirm it now.
Yeah,
we
he's
can
done.
confirm it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott is on pole for the German Grand Prix. Granted, he's completely out of sync with everybody else, but I believe that is his very first pole position in ILR. ILR F1 at least. Take a bow. Welcome. He's taken the top step before, of course, but he's now on pole position. But I think in the other battle, it's Abby from Tau, from Jake, from Alice Killer, from Will, from ZR Mercedes, Goody, Onyx, and Flying From.
Wet race needed.
Wet race definitely needed.
Just so that Scott can have that for like a little bit. Well, we'll see. Turn 1 shenanigans could actually help in his favour.
Will have, with the softer compound, he will have the advantage of grip off the line. But they're going to go off very quickly.
He'll lead at least a lap, I reckon, unless he's really bad.
Yeah. But Abby's going to want this one. Now let's confirm if Abby is German. Yes! Right, he is. So, Scott, the Scotsman, takes pole in Hockenheim from Abby. It was an extremely close battle between those guys anyway. Abby from Tau, from Jake, from Alice Killer, from Will, from ZR Mercedes, from Goody, from Onyx, from Flying From. Just outside the top 10 then is Costa, Jordan, Tim Veg, CSR Ollie, Banana Times, Joseph, and Corey. So, one Ferrari at the top, one at the back.
I wonder what happened to Corey there. He did just retire instantly. In some of the practice races, that I did with a few of the guys this week that Corey was in, he also did the exact same thing. I don't really know what his game plan is, but he likes not being anywhere near the front. Maybe he thinks that he's better without any laps on tires. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Scott, unfortunately, he's not going to get the help of rain at the start anyway.
Well, I mean, there are some dark clouds.
Beautiful sunny day.
Well. Let's look above the pit cars there. There's some pretty ominous clouds there. But
well, I'm seeing but there's also a very, very pixelated tree as well, which I'm kind of scared of. But Scott he may end up in the barrier at the hairpin, just like Vettel did. One of those Ferraris is going to end up there. Calling it right now.
Yeah, like I say, Scott does have that spot reserved, but that doesn't mean he's going to take it.
So here we go then, the German Grand Prix. Scott on pole.
Yeah,
let's have a look at the tyres. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear cut what people are going to go for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two guys in the mediums, everybody else on the soft tyre. And one guy out front. I mean, Scott's actually gone for the entire opposite of what he usually do. He usually takes the hardest compound. He's gone for the softest one possible here versus everybody else. But Abby, the German, at his home Grand Prix, front row start, looks set to take the championship lead unless he bottles it, which he has done in previous times. Not to his own fault, but he has done that. Tau, fierce rivalry, Germany versus Austria on track. Here, let's see what happens. Jake, P4, decent qualifying from him. Alex Killer's teammate lining up alongside him.
Still haven't won an ILR race as Jake. I mean, not going to say it, but I feel this is probably his best chance yet.
Yeah, definitely. Will, P6 there. Zeta Mercedes, two-time race winner in P7 there. Goody in P8, Onyx in P9, and flying from in the Haas in P10. Then just outside is Costa. Then Jordan, Tim Veg, Ollie, Banana Times, Joseph, and Corey right down the back in the #1 car with the Senna Tribute helmet there. But Scott on his way to line up on pole position, the lucky number 13 on the car, in his case. But,
so that's why he keeps crashing. Ah.
So yeah, the number 13 on his car, maybe the reason. But here he comes then, lining up on pole in Hockenheim. Alongside him will be Abby in the Toro Rosso Honda. Alongside him is the Sauber, and then the two McLarens in suit. But it should be a really, really interesting race with Scott kind of being the cork in the bottle here for everybody else behind them.
Yeah.
So his teammate right down the back lining up. It's the final race of ILR in 2018. It's round number 10. It's the German Grand Prix. Who's going to come out on top? Let's find out. Scott on pole. 5 red lights for the start of the German Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go. Scott gets a good start. Abby gets a decent start as well. Jake gets a good start from the third row. Scott leads into turn 1. There's contact behind. Jake surges through to P3. It's had a terrible start. Has Tao. He's 3 wide with one of the Red Bulls behind, and Zeta Mercedes is up to P5 already. He's had a good start, but Scott leads. He's gone a little bit deep into that corner there. Jake fighting away with MC Will there for P3. Will's made a good start as well, but Tao's dropped all the way down to P8 as we run up towards this next corner. Abby's already starting to look for the lead of the race. Will he have a go into the hairpin? On board with him as he runs down toward the hairpin. Scott squeezes him to the inside. It looks like it's going to be a move for Abby for the lead of the race. Down the inside.
Narnia.
Scott goes massively deep. So, Scott is off to Narnia, but does he get the run out? Yes, he does. So he's going to come back in him on the outside. Go on, Scott, on the outside in the Ferrari, sweeping around the outside with the extra grip on the Ultra Softs. Down the inside, takes it back off him, does he? Abby fights with every ounce of his might, still side by side with the Toro Rosso. Scott round the outside. Abby's still on his inside, though the German's fighting for every ounce of track here. But Scott comes out on top and holds on to that race lead. Good race start from everybody there, and everybody has come out cleanly, but Will and Jake with the best start, and Onyx from P9 up to P5.
Ty, I think, was just a bit surprised, I think, to see Jake down the inside, and just floored it on the brakes. I'm surprised no one actually went into him, but Will, a super start as well, has to be said, in 3rd place there.
Yeah, Will is he's actually he's going to challenge Abby. I think he's close enough to do so.
Well, see, Scott's really holding these guys up already. I mean, it's clear that he's going to lose their grip in the next lap or two.
But it makes it interesting for us, because it makes it interesting for us.
Well, they both have
Mercedes, obviously. Yeah, Zeta Mercedes was caught up in an instant there. There's Will down the inside of the hairpin. Abby just leaves enough room on the exit. It was a late move from Will. He won't get the traction, so he's not going to get ahead. So good driving from Abby there to see him coming. Does Will have another pop in him down the inside? Maybe. No, he doesn't. Abby locks up, goes a tiny bit wide, but it won't cost him too much time. And now it's allowing Jake to just latch onto the back of these guys, and also Onyx. He had a fantastic start in the 4C. Let's have a look at your biggest movers. It is actually Onyx. He's one of the biggest movers, and Corey from the back of the grid is up to 12th position. So he's made some good tracks there already.
So Scott can go about 4 or 5 laps on these tires before they overheat to the point of just no return. So
I hate to say he's actually used up pretty much all of his ERS already.
Oh no!
Like right on board. Look at his battery.
I'm looking at Onyx though. He's looking on Jake.
Yeah, he's going for it. On the outside, Jake goes defensive. Onyx will have a little bit of a run on him now, but Will dropping back a little bit from Abby there. DRS is enabled this lap. This is Abby's chance now for the lead. Here he comes once again to the inside. Scott's going to have nothing to answer for there. And Abby is through, but Jake goes late on the brakes, and he and maybe trying to get the cut back on him with the extra grip of the ultra softs. Doesn't look like it. Abby gets a massive slide for Abby there on the way out, but Abby takes the lead of his home Grand Prix. What about Onyx? He's fighting with Jake behind. He's trying to come around the outside of this stadium section. He's going for it around the outside. Can he get it done? Jake just leaves him just enough room to work with. Onyx trying to come back down the inside, but he just can't do it. Jake holds on, but Scott, he's not letting Abby go that easily, but he runs deep there. He runs massively deep there, and the wear of the ultra softs is already starting to come through. So he has lost the lead of the race, but Abby, the German crowd, are on their feet as he takes the lead of his home race in Hockenheim on lap 3 of 34. And let's see what about what the other guys can do. They've got to get past. I tell you what, Costa's made a good start.
Yeah, Costa.
He's on the back of these guys.
7. That's what I'm saying. Scott is making all these guys just catch up to each other. There's no way they could all make a big gap like that. With Scott being, no offense to him,
here comes
so slow.
Will's gonna have Scott next. He needs to get past because Abby's already pulling a gap, so he needs to get past here. Scott's gonna have the DRS, but Will with the overspeed and the fresher tyres pulls to the inside. Scott squeezes him a little bit towards the inside, and Will down the inside in the Mercedes, and he does get it done. And will Jake follow him? Can he get the grip on the softs? Yes, he's just finding enough traction. Side by side through the right-hander. Jake up the inside. Scott's still there on the inside. He'll pop it back down the inside because why not? But Jake is ahead now into P3. He's having a good run. Onyx now is going to be the next guy to get through. But yeah, Costa and Alice Killer. Alice Killer had a poor start actually. He's dropped behind, but Costa started 11th on the grid. Corey's making good tracks as well. He started last. He's up to 11th place on the back of Jordan.
So Abby, yeah, that 1.3 second gap is pretty impressive for just one lap ahead. But as you say, that just shows how much time they're going to be losing now. And looks like Ty really is right on the back of Onyx. Onyx seems to have just lost all his momentum there. And now he has to worry about getting past Scott as well. He might find himself losing a few places here.
Whoa! Scott sideways through turn 1 and Onyx straight through. Now will Tao follow? But that's bunched him all. Oh, Costa's take avoiding action as Tao had to get on the brakes to avoid Scott as well. He had to take to the grass to avoid him. And just in the background as well, 2 veterans of ILR, Jordan and Corey, fighting it out here for P10. So loads going on here, but now Tao going to make his way past the Ferrari. If he can do so down the inside. Careful not to hit Alex as he makes his way through.
Dive bomb from Costa.
And he's fighting with Alice Killer. Does Costa get past? He just got passed by Alice Killer. Costa on the inside. He's going to get blocked by Scott in the way. So he's going to have to succeed. And Alice Killer still on the inside, and Costa now trying to come around the outside, and he does do so. So he's doing some good work there. And I can say Will's pulled about 3/10. He's 1.1 behind our race leader now. And Jake, he's got some decent pace in that McLaren. So loads to come yet now. So Costa's going to be the next guy to get past Scott. And Scott, I reckon, is going to be pitting very soon.
Yeah,
is he in?
No,
yes.
He slows down a lot there. I'm surprised no one ran into the back of him, but it will have a...
Here comes Alice Killer again.
Yeah, it will have distracted Costa.
Well, that was close. Alex Killer, he's looking up the inside of turn 1. He had to think about it. He's on the inside for turn 2 now. DRS open. He's on the inside, onto the brakes. And Costa is still there on that outside. Does he give him the room? Yes, he does. Side by side, the two of them. Oh, it's very close indeed.
Here comes
now
Goody.
Corey's within this fight. This is going to get messy. This might get 3 wide here. Costa's ahead.
4
Alice
wide.
Killer's there too. Goody's going to get. They might go 4 wide. He's looking for room, but he can't find any. They're 2 wide. Goody comes out and gets past them all. So great move from the Force India. He gets past the 2 cars down the straight into P6. Good move. Tao on Onyx now. Can he get down the inside? Yes. He's having a look. Onyx leaves him the space. The Austrian trying to find some room to work with. Just can't find enough to work with there. Costa now back behind Alice Killer, and Corey, he wants piece of this action now. He got past Jordan, and he's going to be fighting with Costa here. This is a very, very good train here, because these guys are 2 seconds behind the nearest car, just Tao up ahead.
There's what, 6 cars in that train, isn't there? And they're all basically within 3/10 of each other, give or take.
Yeah, and Corey now, he's looking through the last corner, side by side with Costa. These guys fought hard last year, and it looks like Corey's ahead. Yes, he is. So 1 Ferrari, having pitted is now P15, but Corey's making his tracks through the field. And I'll tell you what, the other Haas is making good tracks as well, down the inside of Jordan. But Jordan actually's going around the outside of him. Never mind.
Onyx is
there. He goes.
past there, but he's coming back, and Jake as well is right on the back of Will, down the inside.
Here he goes down the inside, McLaren on the Mercedes. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Jake's into the P2. So Jake having a good race today. Goody and Alice Killer fighting it out for P6 as well. Alice Killer trying to come around the outside of him. Can he get it done? He's not quite got the traction. Goody's still ahead. What about Tao and Onyx? Onyx can't find the room there. Alice Killer trying to come back at Goody there. Can he find anything to work with? No, not really. Corey needs to get onto the back of these guys now.
You know, I was saying this could be Jake's big chance today, and he's finding himself up there in second. Really decent pace.
Yeah,
I don't want to believe too early, but this could be. But let's not get any hopes up yet.
He's had 1 second place already this season.
Yeah.
I think there was at Monaco. I think he got second place.
I don't remember.
Tao surely going to have Onyx this time. DRS, the mini DRS section down here. We'll have a look on the inside. Nope. He's cleverer. Going to be probably a little bit cleverer just to wait for the straight, but
Alice Killer has got a good run, by the way. Goody.
These guys have caught a lap up to Tao, so they've got to be careful. Tao needs to get past now, and he is going to do so. DRS open on the outside line. Look at the background as well. Those guys are fighting hard. Alice Killer past Goody, and Corey trying to make it 3 wide. Can't find the room. Tao unable to find his way past, and Corey switch back on Goody and gets straight past. Ferrari making good tracks, and Costa behind as well. He's fighting it out with somebody here.
The issue was actually Tao was ahead on the last lap. He must have got really overtaken on DRS. I didn't actually realise, but Onyx was behind him briefly. So yeah, he did actually have to get back past. That'd be why they lost a second on that lap then. And we'll have a look into the battle.
There's Tao on the inside of the hairpin. Onyx leaves him the space. Oh, gets sideways. Onyx just leaves him enough room as well, just for him to spin his tyres, and he's ahead. I tell you what, this is a fantastic drive from Corey. He's up to P7 already, and he's technically fighting for 5th in this race. Tao on the inside of turn 1, that's brave! And does he make it? Not good, he just gets ahead, but Onyx come back at him down the inside. Man. Tao with the outside line now. Can he hang around the outside? Watch for the McLaren of Alice Killer. Going to try and get past it, he can't find it. Tao on the outside, Alice Killer with the DRS. Corey's going to get himself involved now. This may go 4 wide potentially. Here comes Tao on Onyx now. Can he get past? But Alice Killer is going to make it 3 wide now. Tao's going to find some room there, 3 wide down to the hairpin. What's Corey going to do? He makes contact with the McLaren. He comes down the inside of the McLaren.
Oh, no way.
He might get past all of them. Does Corey get past all of them? He gets the traction. He's side by side. They're 3 wides. They run down towards the next corner. Corey's on the inside line. He gets past 2 cars. What about the next car? Does he come down the inside? Yes! Corey down the inside. 4 cars in 2 corners. Corey is through. What a move. Corey, take a bow into P4. What a drive he's on today.
Ty falling back for the field now as he gets just
look at this train.
I know.
I've just noticed helicopter shots of this train. We've got about 7 cars in that train. That is unbelievable. And I can tell you, Jake's within DRS range of our race leader.
He is indeed, and using it.
He is indeed. Go on, Jake.
This could be a brilliant day for him if he can just keep this up. Go on, Jake.
He's still
get all that bad luck from last season out of your system.
But Corey's picked up a penalty, so he just did something great.
He's very quick, so he'll be all right.
Do you think Jake is close enough? I think he is.
Not quite. Maybe on the next lap. He's certainly much quicker, isn't he? He just needs to be patient.
He's much quicker, but he's used a lot of VRS to get up to him, so he's got that. We've got a problem for Tao. Is it for Tao? Sector 3? Not sure who it's for.
Banana time, sorry. Banana time, yeah.
Now Costa's past Tao. So Tao's really having a bad time. He's going to get passed by Jordan now if he's not careful.
I think there was contact, with him and Alice Killer on the last lap as they headed just through here, the Mercedes stands. I think there was contact there, if I remember correctly, but maybe he got damaged from that, I don't know. I mean, he was getting a bit impatient, maybe he just sort of, you get passed by one, maybe he's a bit phased and suddenly, he sees everyone else. But, let's go back to the top 2. Plenty of ERS to use for Jake. This could be it. They've pulled away pretty well from Will.
Yeah, Will, he's 1.8 seconds behind. Now Jake just needs to keep it tidy, and he should have Abby into the hairpin. So here he goes, DRS for the McLaren. Good exit as well. Tao is
Tao's
dropping down. I think
down.
Tao's had a problem. Yeah, he's had a problem. But for
There
the
we
lead
go.
of the race, for the German Grand Prix, Jake on the inside, down the inside goes the McLaren. Does Abi fight? Yes, he does. It's his home Grand Prix. He wants this, but Jake takes the lead of the German Grand Prix. But Abi is still going to try and fight this, but Jake takes the lead on track. 10 laps have been completed in this race, but the McLaren takes the lead of the German Grand Prix, and it has been a while since we have seen Jake in the lead. I think it must have been Brazil last year when he probably should have won that race. He got stuck in the pit lane. Yeah.
The Valtteri Bottas of the league. Is he finally going to get that victory? Or is
no, I think he's the Hulkenberg of the league. Well, actually, he's not quite Hulkenberg, because he has got a podium. So yeah, Bottas, you're right. Yeah.
Let's wait until Ty then. Has Ty got any damage on his car, or is he just slow?
He had a massive I think he had a massive problem through the first 2 corners, so there must have been something going on there.
I don't really know. I don't see any damage on him. I think he's just having a bad day. Corey with his second penalty there.
Yeah, he's catching Will.
Yeah, but he's cutting all the corners to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Onyx is still right on him, to be honest. He's in the DRS, so cutting corners isn't working. They're all catching Will.
No. I think he's still a bit shocked at the move he made earlier. 4 cars and 2 corners.
He's seeing stars.
Yeah, he's seeing stars. He's getting dazed. He can't see the corners.
But he's very slow out of here, isn't he? Like Onyx is right on him.
Struggling.
Man. Maybe he used all his tires up. Maybe he'll end up in the pits.
Yeah, here he comes. Onyx down the inside. Now there's contact. There's definitely contact there. And Corey's going to come back on track. He's lost 2 positions in one corner. He held onto the car. But that was a bit questionable.
What is this, ILR3? Come on.
I think Alex just outbraked himself a little bit there.
Yeah. I'll get in trouble for saying
Alex
that.
Killer looking for space. And Jake is in.
Yep. I imagine we'll see a few more in. Look out for
let's
anyone.
See.
No?
Yeah, that's Goody.
Ah, right, Goody.
Yeah, Goody is in.
Look at these three down to turn 1. Look at Alice Killer on the inside. I mean, he cut that well, surely. But he's kept his nose in there. Look out for Corey.
Corey as well. He's just got no space. He's back down the inside of Onyx. But I think he's in the prime position here. Just hang back, get the double toe. Alice Killer is he's so vulnerable. He's got no DRS. Yeah. And Corey's going to get a massive run on these guys onto the inside. Will he take 2 in 1? He's going to find the space, dives it down the inside, and takes 2 cars. Does he? Yes, he does. Yeah. He runs them out wide. And that's how you do it. Those guys are still side by side off the track, Onyx and Alice Killer. So Onyx down the inside of Alice Killer. Alice Killer going to try and come back around the outside and dive it down the inside. Yes, he does, and finds the space. The Belgian trying to find some room to work with back around the outside. Yes, he finds the room and does it.
Jake didn't really come out in any traffic, so there should be no issues for overcut potential for Abby. Just depends if he had a good lap. He saved a lot of ARS. He saved a lot of ARS on that lap, so that he can use it presumably to attack. So he's going to use that to attack when he comes back out. So everyone else is starting to come in now.
Corey's in, Onyx in.
They're all in. Apart from Ollie.
Yeah, everybody's in. Well, Ollie's on the mediums, so he's going to go. Now keep an eye out for Jake. He's on the final straight. Abby's on his way out. It's going to be very close between Jake and Abby, and Jake is ahead. Yes, he is. He is ahead. He retakes the lead of the German Grand Prix. But Abby is
ahead of him. Actually, I thought he would have pitted, but no, he stayed out.
So what about the other guys? Will has come out. Oh, Scott actually fighting with Alice Killer. He's through into 7th. So where has Corey come out? Just behind ZR Mercedes, and he's getting the DRS on them as well. But Alice Killer and Scott fighting it out. Scott's completely out of sync with all of these guys.
Onyx has lost out massively, hasn't he? Onyx is right at the back of this queue now. Look at
he's fighting with Tao. He's actually lost the position to Tao.
Yeah, he's lost a lot there. Must have got held up. There were so many cars in the pits. He must have just sort of had to sit there and wait for his teammate. Maybe he had to wait for his teammate. He must have had to wait for his teammate.
Some good fights going on here between we've got Corey and ZR Mercedes and Scott and Alice Killer fighting it out. Jake has done exactly what he needs to do. He's pulled out of DRS already, so that extra lap has done him. Tim Veg peels out of the way, perfect for him. CSR Ollie, the reserve driver, leads this race. because he started on the medium tyres.
Yep.
But Will now on the back of Joseph is continuing on. So we got a nice little fight back here. Look at how are these guys all still together after 15 laps? It's crazy. How they're all still within. Tao with the fastest lap, but it's going to be Alice Killer who's ahead of Scott now, and Will's going to about to just get past Joseph up ahead. That's an easy move for him.
Alice
Killer Mercedes
is probably wondering how he got there.
Yeah, because he's genuinely now in there. Zena Mercedes past Scott, and here comes Corey on his teammate. Can he get past? Scott leaves the door open and doesn't fight with him too much. Side by side, the two Ferraris now. As they run through the right-hander, Scott is gonna fight him on the outside. Kind of stick it back down the inside, but backs out before the left-hander. And Corey behind Zena Mercedes now, and still stuck behind them. So we have half the race, pretty much half the race left, well almost. And CSR Ollie leads by 5.2 seconds over Jake, but of course he is yet to stop. So right now, Jake is in the race lead from Abby, from Will, from Alice Kill. So Alice Kill's in a net P4.
That's a bit of a curveball, isn't it? You've got Will going quicker than Jake and Abby.
And Alice Kill just had the fastest lap of the race. Here comes Corey on Zeta Mercedes. Oof, doesn't want to try it there. This is for net P5 that they're fighting for, which is pretty good because and Tao has had a problem. I think Tao and Goody have collided. Yeah, because Goody and Tao just came straight back into the pit lane. It's been a problem between those two.
Well, here comes Corey. Down the inside he goes. And he's got Alice Killer ahead of him. Before he can get back to where he actually was beforehand.
In the background as well, that was just Jordan and Onyx.
Back down the inside actually goes out of Mercedes, and that was a bit risky. Round the outside, contact. This contact, and he's going to keep his nose in there. Back to the inside once again, and yeah, Corey just about stays ahead there. I'm surprised he actually went back forward out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, Zeta Mercedes, he pitted on lap 1 with damage, which is why he's down here. He's doing 14 laps on the mediums. He's got his he's got Scott behind him and Costa behind him as well. He's kind of fighting for kind of 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th in this race. Lap 17 of 34. Alice Killer in a net P4. Corey is about 2.6. Remember, Corey's actually got a 6 seconds worth of penalties as well. And Zeta Mercedes, he picks up stuff thanks to penalties. He picked up 2 race wins thanks to penalties.
He needs quite a miracle to take the wins today. I don't know how good he is with tyre saving, but he's going to seriously need to, yeah.
Costa on Scott with the inside line into the hairpin, and should be easy for him. Portugueseman down the inside, the Scotsman, and makes it through. Because we had one Portuguese guy doing very well yesterday, Antonio Felix da Costa. Yes. Winning in Formula E for BMW. Doesn't look like Costa, they're going to get a double dose of a win for Portugal today, but I don't know, anything can happen.
Well, still half the race to go.
Yep. And Alice Killer, he's caught up to Joseph, who's done 16 laps on those mediums.
If the last 3 races have told us anything, then you really cannot count on the winner until the very last lap. So, really,
yep,
anything can happen in the second half. So,
yeah. So, well, there's Mercedes picks up a penalty there. So right now, just to update you on the championship, Abby is set to take the lead of it over Weislich, which I mean, it's for certain that Abby should be way further ahead in the championship than he is right now. But he's going to take the lead by 16 points. Did you say? If it stays like this.
13.
Well, that's when.
Oh yeah, of course.
When Ollie pits, it'd be 16.
Sorry. Yeah, it would be 16, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, but Ollie still leads this race. A reserve driver in the Williams car, filling in for Scuba. And I believe that this is the.
Onyx and Jordan having a bit of a battle. I thought it was
over. Here, yeah.
I thought they were over and done with them, but no. Back down the inside goes Onyx and ahead again of the Mercedes.
There's Ollie finally peels into the pit lane.
That's early.
Which means
that's very early.
That is an early stop for the mediums, yeah. So But that puts Jake into the actual race lead.
He has survived the pit stop. All he has to do is keep it on the track and make sure his internet is working.
Yeah, now Ollie comes out right in this battle between Zeta Mercedes and Costa. He's on the soft tyres. He's going to be one to watch, actually.
He will certainly be one to watch. He's
come out in front of the two Red Bulls. Out behind Corey. He's on fresh tyres. And he could be a challenger for 4th place, but right now he's about to get past the Zeta Mercedes, I think, with the DRS. Yeah, here he comes. Ollie goes defensive. He'll have the fresh tyres on the brakes. So down the inside, yeah, Ollie's going to hold that one and says, no, mate. Whoa! And Costa almost runs in the back of his teammate. There comes Corey on the Sauber of Joseph. Can he come back down the inside? Yes, it was a late move in the end. Corey comes through.
Well.
He's through into P5. He's
into the wall.
Huge accident. Joseph into the wall. That's the first retirement from this race. Will that bring out a safety car? I don't think so.
Of course it won't. It's Codemasters.
No, he's if that was real life, that would definitely be a safety car because he's in a position where a marshal couldn't pick it up easily.
He's the first retirement. This road, I guess. You know, if they're going to make that excuse.
I did neglect to mention the fact that there was up to this point there were 0 retirements from this race.
If he didn't say it.
Good thing I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Jordan picking up the penalty there with Ollie. He's catching Corey, 1.4 seconds behind now. So yeah, he's going to be one to watch for the fight for P4.
He could be on the podium. Sure. To be honest, he could still win this race. I don't know how far behind he is in the leader. Only 13 seconds. It's not massive. He's got much better tyres. I mean, you gotta consider Ollie.
Yeah, I won't count him out.
Especially if we do get a safety car later out.
Alex and Jordan are still fighting down here for 10th place. They're still going at it. They're catching up to Scott now. Does Jordan come back down the inside of Alex? No. But they're fighting for the last points paying position now. But Scott's going to be very vulnerable now. He's going to have to come into the pits very shortly, I reckon.
Haven't really been checking the chat. There's a couple of messages in here. 21 people still here. So,
yeah.
Hi there.
I hope you're enjoying.
Yes.
Abby's closed up slightly to Jake up front. Gap's around 1.1-ish. And well, Jake just needs to manage that gap. Is all he needs to do. Because I don't think there's any penalties involved so far. And I just saw Jordan make the biggest corner cut through turn 1 I've ever seen in my life. But now, now we have a three-way fight for P9. Could get 3 wide here. Honestly, we get past
people here in the chat. Surprised.
Alex gets through. Does Jordan get through as well? Would he follow? No, he's too far back actually to do anything there. And Ollie absolutely flying there, as you can see. He's 1.1 behind Corey now. Fresh soft tyres. Catching up nicely. Lap 21 of 34.
Still 13 seconds behind the leader, though. So maybe he won't catch. I don't know.
Yeah, the guys up front are in a class of their own today.
They did very well. And Abby, is he going to be in DRS this time round? No, but he's
not quite close enough.
Very close to it. He's stayed at ERS, as I said, much more than Jake has at the moment. And he's now going to be in DRS for the next one if he keeps this gap. And yeah. We got Aaron in the chat who's supporting Abby for this one, so certainly got his support.
Zeta Mercedes into the pit lane.
Also got
he's out of sync.
Also got a few more people. You got Lenny and Peoples in here as well, so yay, people.
Yeah, well, actually, he actually wasn't close enough for DRS that time, so the gap went back up, as you can see. So those guys are kind of back and forth with each other up front. So Jake he's managing this race right now.
One person who
and Ollie
DRS is now Ollie. Yeah.
See, we're so tentative about saying that Jake's on course because we said that last time and it went horribly wrong.
Anyone who didn't watch ILR last season will know that Jake, well, won't know if you didn't watch it, that Jake had horrible, just it was horrific watching him bottle races. He had disconnects when he was going to win. He had pit lane glitches when he was going to win, and just anything that could have went wrong when he's in a winning position did. So you know, new game. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt him the issues. But Abby is back. Just no, not over the second. Well, is it going to be DRS this time?
Well, I think he's close to it. It's the detection point that he wants.
He's got it.
He is.
And yeah,
he doesn't close up enough, as you can see. He get closer, but
well, he gets a couple of attempts. You know, well that down to the next few laps, he could be a bit of a chance.
Yeah, you got to make sure he doesn't cut any corners there.
Yeah.
Which has ruined racing in the past. What about Ollie and Corey? Still fighting here.
He thought about it there, didn't he, Ollie? But
yeah, he thought about it. He's now stuck behind one of the most experienced racers in ILR.
And one of the biggest bottlers, but what?
Well, you can say that because we always harp on about ILR1 season 1 when he bottled the championship, crashed out in the last race.
Yeah.
Retired in the pit lane and caused the safety car. And
Good times.
That was when Michael Davis won the championship actually that season. I've got a problem for somebody. I must be Banana Times. Is it yet spun round in?
Oh, he's gonna get in the way of his teammate and Jake possibly gets out of the way.
Yeah.
Well. And that gap is now only half a second, you know.
Yeah. So suddenly, Abby's mounted an attack, and Ollie's just picked up a penalty. I think this could be Abby's moment here. It's his one chance. I think he's gonna get. Here comes Avi in his home race. The German fans get on their feet as they watch their man fight for the lead of the race. Down the inside goes Avi on Jake. Can Jake come back at him? He gets the cutback. Clever driving, but does he get the traction on the way out? Not quite. So Avi's in the lead, but Jake is still with him. Can he manage to move on the outside? Avi defends the inside line very well. Jake gets another cutback, but Avi's placing the car perfectly. And he's through into the lead of the German Grand Prix in the Toro Rosso.
And that is why
foolish. That's why we say we're so tentative about saying that Jake's got this. But I mean, there's still 10 laps left in this, and these guys are very well matched on pace.
But yeah, I mean, Abby, the scissors strategies at ERS, he's still got loads left as well. He's gonna pull away.
Yeah. So we thought Jake had got this, really. In our hearts, we want him to have this, but there you go.
Yeah. Oh, well.
The battles continue.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, Ollie has passed Corey.
Yes.
Eventually. So, well, Jake is still within DRS, but he's got... I mean, Avi has used up his ERS now.
Yeah. So it's game on again, but...
It's game on again, pretty much. But
still does that nagging doubt, though. I mean, Abby closed up so effortlessly.
I think, but in a way, I think that was as a result of Banana Time's spin. I think Jake was put off through the corner when he saw a car sideways on the track, possibly backed off, and that allowed Abby to kind of just gain a little bit.
Yeah, well, as you say, we've still got 9 laps now to go.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see what happens. And still got Corey actually on the back of Ollie, by the way. So Ollie really not making that much progress.
No.
So it's a shame to see that happening, but still, 5th place, I'm sure he won't complain about that. For a reserve, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, he is. And Jake sticking with Abby. Doing a good job.
They're both basically equal on the ERS now. They're both saving.
Yeah.
And that 5 tenths
saving. And I think Jake's close enough to mount another attack here. Maybe. Might be a little too far back. He's going to close up massively though. He's not using his ERS. Yeah, he's saving. They're both saving. So they're playing a psychological game with each other. It looks like. Abby's used up his ERS. He's going to be in saving mode. Jake's going to be saving up for an attack as well. So this isn't over. It's definitely not over between those two.
Yes.
So, but yeah, disastrous today for Goody and Tao instead of Mercedes. Tao was well up fighting for those positions. He's in 14th now after all that. And the others as well. Scott, remember our pole man. He's still Scott's still in the point. I think he's going to try and bring those mediums all the way to the end.
Well, I mean, it's about as close to what he was hoping to do at Silverstone as he's probably going to get. because obviously it rained at Silverstone and then it all sort of went wrong. He kept crashing through cops and he ended up about 2 laps down before he just retired. So we probably want to try that again at some point, maybe Italy, he was right there or something, but he won't do the whole race, wouldn't he? He'll want to do it the whole race, wouldn't he? Not just 30 laps.
Back to the fight up front. I don't think these guys are going to make any. I don't think Jake's going to make a move anytime soon.
Yeah, no ERS.
He's using
again.
0 ERS up the straight. He's waiting for an attack later on, but it's just making for exciting viewing.
Yeah. I just want to think about
either way,
are these two?
Well, either way, Abby knows. Abby knows he's going to take the lead of the championship anyway. Whether he finishes first or second doesn't matter. That's
where my point comes in. Abby and Jake are the two most unlucky people that I've ever seen in ILR2.
Yes.
Surely they're going to take each other out, right?
And Will picks up the piece and picks up a second win.
I mean, come on, it's written in the stars, that one.
Yeah. Lap 20, we're about to go into lap 28 of 34.
ERS is saved up for both of them. Maybe they'll start to
they're both there.
Have a bit of fun.
I think they're going to have a bit of fun with each other. I think they're enjoying the little battle. I think Jake's enjoying the fact that he's able to fight competitively.
Yeah. He's been threatening to do it for so long and complains in the chat every single time he doesn't, so yeah. Like I said, let's just hope he doesn't end up in the weeds, and let's just hope he doesn't take Abby with him, although that would be quite extraordinary.
You can see how Abby's going defensive, but Jake's actually not really mounting any sort of attack on him. Abby, I think he's getting I saw him like momentarily flick up to mode 5 just to make sure he stayed ahead. So I think he's worried that he's going to get passed.
Well, he knows that Jake can do it, because Jake obviously he did have to pass him, of course, in the first stint.
He did it earlier, yeah, he did it earlier. And actually, at this point in time, Jake has got more ERS than Abby.
Onyx had a wee go there at a Costa, but didn't quite get by. So they're still fighting it out. Onyx sort of dropped Jordan recently, and looks like Scott might lose that last points position as well.
But, yeah, looks likely. That's going to lap 29 of 34. 6 laps to go before we head off until the new year.
What a way to end this.
Yeah. Where we have the championship switched to a new person in the lead.
Or will it end badly once again? Will the router break? Will he get taken out, or will he just make mistakes and take himself out? I mean, basically anything that could go wrong for Abby could go wrong.
Has gone wrong in the past.
Has gone wrong in the past, yeah. Like I say, two most unlucky drivers in ILR2 history, you could say.
And Corey's back past Ollie.
Yeah, them tires are now 10 laps old, and I was saying earlier it was a bit early to stop for mediums, and I wonder just if them softs are actually going to get to the end, and if they do, in what state will they end up being in? Because they'll be pretty ruined, won't they?
Yep. Yeah. Jake is saving massively. Like, Abby is really using up that ERS through there.
It's roles reversed from what it was like 5 laps ago, isn't it?
Yeah. So, the battle is well and truly on between Jake and Abby for the race lead and the race win here in Hockenheim before we head off until the new year. And it's a really tantalising battle, because I think Jake is one of the most liked guys in ILR, and one of the friendliest guys you'll meet. So, to not have a race win on his belt is a bit of a travesty. And you can see, if you look at what Abby's using so much ERS to stay ahead of Jake, and Jake is just in saving mode, calmly going about his business.
He's going to go for a 3-lap attack, I reckon, because he'll save it all up so that he can just go hell for leather at the last 3 laps.
Ollie and Corey, Ollie back pass, got a problem in sector 1. Is that banana times? Yes, he's spun again in turn 1. He's not having a good
day, is he?
Now, Weisnick's car is well and truly broken, by the looks of things.
Yeah, he's...
Oh dear, there's a huge battle going on down here in 11th. Oh, Zenit Mercedes taking 2 cars in one corner.
Go on, Scott.
And Scott comes back at them. He's on 24-lap old tyres. He has to let them back pass by the looks of things, so... Nice little bat going on there. Bat's going to lap 31. 4 laps to go in Hockenheim.
Ollie back ahead of Corey, by the way.
Yeah, the excitement levels rise.
I'm so nervous now for Jake.
And Jake is yeah, we're all so like curled up in a ball in here in the commentary box because he's closer than he has ever been on any lap.
So close.
Right
No!
Here. Oh, huge moments.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on to the car. Jake almost ended our hopes and dreams
my
right there.
God. Jake,
He's gonna need.
No!
Are you serious
my
right
God!
now?
I
Jake
can't believe
disconnects.
this.
I am banging my.
No!
I am genuinely done.
No!
I am done.
I've never
Jake,
seen anything like this again.
What does
it's happened again?
I don't believe it.
Just like
I do
Belgium.
not believe it.
Just like Belgium. Oh my God! I don't believe this.
I am in tears. Oh my God. I am actually sickened.
That's such cruel luck. It's not even funny, man. Oh my God! What does this guy have to do to win? And now his AI's
race.
He was literally about to take the lead. Oh my God! I've seen it all,
oh
now.
My
I've seen
God.
it all. I honestly.
Oh my God!
I've seen it all. Oh my God!
No.
Well, that's a bit of a downer on proceedings, hasn't it?
I'm retiring.
That's it.
That's it.
Get Evo back
done.
in here. Evo can take over from here. That's it.
Oh my God. So pretty much Abby has been gifted the race win on the plate.
Well, I mean, for once, actually, Abby is getting the good luck, so, you know.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Genuinely. That sort of suddenly brings kind of Ollie and Corey in a slight fight for the podium. Because Alistair's on the podium now.
I don't know what penalties Alice
Corey's
Killer
got a million
has.
penalties.
I don't know if Alice Killer has any, because if he does, then that will put Ollie onto the podium. I don't think Ollie has any. Probably should check them, just to see. But anyway, yeah.
I think Corey has 4.
Yes.
I
haven't seen any pop up for Alice Killer.
One. Alice Killer's got at least 1. Hold on. Yeah, Alice Killer 1.
Right. And Ollie.
Alice Killer's got 2.
Ah, good.
3.
Good. Well, not good, but.
Hold on. It's a long list. 4.
Oh no. Here goes Ollie. Round the outside. And. So basically, Ollie should have this then. If he has, like. Even if he has 2, he'll be able to get away with it, really.
Yeah.
So. Have a little look at that.
Ollie's going to come right around the outside of Corey now.
Oh,
he spins the car.
No!
Half spin.
No! What's happening today? That's the tyres. That's what I was saying about the tyres. They're just gone. So
I'm actually genuinely sickened. I'm actually sickened.
It's just the cruelest of luck, isn't it? I've never just.
No. He was genuinely about to take the race lead as well. That's not even a question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Avi's on the final lap now. You can't take it away from him.
Well,
he's driven a good race. He had to fight for it. He's leading his home Grand Prix, and in so doing, is going to take the lead of the championship by now a margin of 23 points. So quite a considerable margin before he goes in, just going into the mid-season break. German fans rise to acclaim him in the grandstands through the Mercedes arena. Round this next section of corners and through the stadium, you can hear the noise already as he goes through, keeping it nice and tidy and clean. Luck went his way today. It's happened. What happened to Jake has happened to him in previous races before. So coming through the last 2 corners, Abbey, in his home race, wins the German Grand Prix and takes the championship lead by 23 points. Will takes P3, Alice Killer takes P2, Alice Killer takes P3, Corey crosses the line in P4, but it will go to Ollie to take P4 in the end, and Valentine just crashed out in the last lap. Onyx comes to the line and takes P6, Costa P7, Jordan in P8, Zeta Mercedes P8 in the end, fastest lap on the last lap as well. Flying From takes P10, Tim Veg across the line for P11, and P9 in the end. He rockets up into the points after all the penalties. Tao in P12, Scott in P13, 29 laps on the mediums, fair play to him. Goody, P14, and we don't even talk about who's in last.
Oh my.
I am genuinely more heartbroken for Jake than I think he is himself.
I think I'm genuinely more heartbroken for him than you are.
Well,
I mean, he has so much bad luck in other leagues as well. Like, every league I watch him in, he just doesn't have any luck. What does this guy need to... What does he need to do to win? I actually can't believe this. Like, what does he need to do?
Because he should have at least been on the podium, if not on the top step. But the German fans get their man on the top step nonetheless. It's Abbey with Weisling missing. He takes the championship lead by a margin of 23 points going into the last half of this championship. But that brings us to the end of ILR racing in 2018. Next race will be in 2019, so we're going on a little break for Christmas, and we'll be back in January for the Hungarian Grand Prix, round 12. I think I said at the start that this was round 10. It's actually round 11.
Soup.
Yeah.
There could be some hope here. Jake on his screen didn't DC. He actually won the race on his screen. So I don't know what we can.
That still doesn't count in my heart.
I don't know what they can do about this. Okay, fine. We didn't get to see it, but technically,
yeah,
I mean, if he has footage, then we could still crown Jake the last winner of 2018.
Yeah, but
I really want to.
Is it really a win in our hearts if we didn't see it?
Apparently, it's the same when it happened to Abbey. So, no. I guess.
Yeah, so if Abbey did the same thing, then if he crossed the line when he disconnected and won, we didn't see it, and I don't think he actually got that race win. So that won't be Jake's win, unfortunately. It's going to be a no score.
Well, genuinely, I am absolutely heartbroken about that one. I cannot believe it's happened again to him. I just
because. I think it's the third or fourth time it's happened to him.
And it, like, so close to the end as well. And he had it in the bag. He was about to make the move. I can't believe
3 laps left.
He was literally in the process of putting his DRS on. And it leaves
yeah.
on. I can't believe it.
Well, on that bombshell, I think we should round off the ILR racing for 2018, and we'll see you back in 2019.
Unless
in Hungary,
unless you're doing the Christmas Championship, which is going to be a great night. Going to be having some
the awards night as well. It's awards night too.
We're going to have the 5-lap sprints. We're going to have the race for 10th, and we're going to have, as Soup said, all the ILR awards. I think we're going to get a few of the drivers into the commentary box as well. I think Jack's going to be hosting it primarily, and I think we might be able to get me and Paul doing a cheeky commentary together. So, you know, if you like me and Paul, what's not to love? And like I say, plenty of awards. So,
I'm up for one.
I'm up for one as well. I'm up for one as well.
Yeah, you are as well. We're both up for one. I mean, I'm not going to win it because Paul's going to win it easily, but
I think Paul. Yeah, I might win mine. I don't know. I need to wait and see. But anyway, find out who wins all these awards next week, and yeah,
next week, next year. Oh no,
Well,
that's the
no,
season next week. Yeah, no, I'm half asleep. Sorry.
Yeah, you. Oh dear. But yeah, please do join us for that because it'll be a great night, and it's honestly it's gonna be one of the best events of the year. Honestly, I can't wait for it for the league anyway. And yeah, take care and try not to cry yourselves to sleep. Um, maybe 2018. You know, once it ends, maybe Jake will get his form back. What does he need to do from here? But anyway, we'll see you in 2019, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and safe travels.